Israeli missiles have destroyed the intensive care unit and surgery department of the only hospital still functioning in Gaza City.
International journalists and independent human rights and forensic investigators have been prohibited by Israel from bearing witness.
Journalists aren't allowed into Gaza, and the ones in Gaza are being killed every single day. The only voices to tell the story are international doctors.
My blood is not more important than those children's blood in Gaza. And just because I have a blue passport that says Australian on it doesn't mean that I'm more worthy of living than those children.
200-bed hospital. There were 20,000 people living on the hospital grounds.
In Gaza, I operated in hospitals without sterility, electricity, or anesthetics.
I was cutting children's chests open with no analgesia on the streets of Gaza.
There's no running water, no sanitation, no electricity, obviously.
No kid gets shot twice by mistake by a sniper.
Not only are doctors treating the wounded, but they are also there to bear witness. Some at the halls of power, others reporting on the ground, and others on mainstream media telling their story.
My patients were 6-year-olds with shrapnels in their heart and bullets in their brains, and pregnant women whose pelvises had been obliterated and their fetuses cut in two while still in the womb.
I remember the silence of the woman brought into the hospital injured, staring blankly and unable to speak. She had given birth 1 week earlier. She couldn't find her 7-day-old baby. Both her baby and her toddler were trapped under the rubble.
We had a mass casualty event. Everyone that arrived was dead. Children with their heads missing, with their brains hanging out. 2-year-old's body and the head's missing. When the mother comes in and the father, and they start crying, and then they're picking up the body and hugging it. This is like a horror film.
90% of our new admissions were kids, and there'd be 15, 20 kids coming in at the end of every bombing. A third were dead by the time they got to us. A third would die in front of us, and a third we'd take to the operating room, and most of them would die.
I'm in the middle of cutting this guy's lungs open, his chest open, so I'm like, right, I need to secure the tube, and then I'll see her. And as I'm securing the tube and tying it up, she's still holding my ankle, but I look down and she's bled to death.
A bomb would drop, maybe on a crowded, tented area, and then the drones would come down and...
The screams of women and children everywhere. There were so many bodies that they didn't even fit into the hospital.
The medical system has not failed. It has been systematically dismantled through a sustained military campaign that has willfully violated international humanitarian law.
I have personally met healthcare workers who describe physical, psychological, and sexual torture by Israeli military and Israeli prison guards. It's apocalyptic.